Hey, it's Lisa, and I have a different type of recipe for you today. I'm gonna make a dip. I know usually I do desserts, but I wanted to do something different this time. I'm having a New Year's Eve party, and I was trying to find some sort of a dip to make when this one caught my eye. It's a white pizza dip, and I love white pizza, so hopefully it turns out good. The ingredients that you need a pint of grape tomatoes that have been cut in half. I just sliced them in half. You need a block and a half of cream cheese that's been softened, so just let it sit out for a little while. And usually the blocks are 8 ounces, so 1.5 of those blocks. You need 8 ounces of provolone, 8 ounces of mozzarella, half a cup of Parmesan cheese. You're supposed to have a half a cup of fresh basil leaves that you chop. My basil leaves have been frozen from the summer, so I just thawed some out, and it should be fine. It should be the same thing. So I have the basil leaves. You need 4 cloves of garlic that have been minced. I have the already chopped garlic that comes in a jar, and I'm going to use that. A half a teaspoon is equal to 1 clove, so I have 2 teaspoons there since you need 2 cloves. Or 4 cloves, sorry, you need 4 cloves. And then you also are supposed to have 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped thyme and a half a tablespoon of fresh chopped oregano, which I don't have. So instead, I'm going to improvise a little bit, and I'm going to use an Italian seasoning that has oregano and thyme in it. It also has some rosemary and sage, but you know, I think it's going to taste good anyway. I have about a tablespoon there because it is dried, so usually that's a little bit more potent, so you don't want to use quite as much as you're supposed to use of the fresh. So the first step is that you are going to be roasting the tomatoes. So you're going to be tossing the tomatoes with about a teaspoon of olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and roast them in the oven on a lined baking sheet at 400 degrees. The first thing you want to do is roast the tomatoes. So you're going to toss the tomatoes with a teaspoon of olive oil and just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And you're going to just lay it out on a baking sheet that's been covered with aluminum foil. And you're going to bake it at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want the tomatoes to start to really get roasted and start bursting open. The tomatoes have been tossed with the olive oil as well as some salt and pepper, and they're ready to go into the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And while they are baking or roasting, you can combine all the other ingredients, the cheese part of the mixture. I grated the provolone cheese. I have the cream cheese already in a mixing bowl, and you're going to combine the cheeses, the mozzarella, the provolone, and the Parmesan, just keeping a little bit out on the side that you're going to sprinkle across the top once everything has been put together. The cheeses have been combined. I tried using a spoon. It was really difficult to mix it all together, so I just got right in there with my hands and mixed it up, and it came out perfectly. I'm going to wait before I add any of the other ingredients until the tomatoes have been roasted, and I'm going to let them cool also because I'm not cooking this until much later today, and I don't want to put it in there hot because I'm not sure if that's going to melt too much of the cheese, and I don't know. So I'm going to let them cool off, and then I'm going to mix everything together and get it set up and ready for tonight. The tomatoes are roasted, they've cooled off, and now they're going to be combined with the cheese mixture along with the garlic, the basil, and the oregano and thyme. Okay, I mixed all the ingredients together. I put it in a baking dish, and at this point I'm just kind of sprinkling the extra cheese across the top. I am going to put this aside for now. I'm going to be cooking this tonight, so I won't be putting it right in the oven, but when you do put it in the oven, you are cooking it for 25 to 30 minutes. You're looking for it to be nice and bubbly, a little bit brown on the edges, at 400 degrees. The dip just came out of the oven. It's really, really hot. We already started to dig in a little bit there.
Actually, I love it. I think it's great.
What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah. I think it's good. Cheesy. Thank you for getting
What do you think?
At least it's not.
This is delicious.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, very good.
All right, go
You
ahead.
ready?
Yeah, let's see what you think. We just used a crusty bread for it. You can also use crackers. You like it?
Not really.
What? Why not? What does
It
it
tastes
taste?
like Elio's cheese topping. It does.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
You don't like it?
Not really.
Well, then I won't put that in.
Do you
What-
like it?
I have to taste it. I don't know.
Oh,
I'll try it next.
okay.
Okay, so Sean didn't really like the dip that much. I think it has a very strong provolone taste. You really have to like provolone cheese to like it. But everyone else at the party seems to enjoy it, and we're gonna stop filming so they can eat it while it's still warm.